Universal Monsters and Other Early Monsters, the Extended Showa Universe. My theory is that the Universal Monsters of the 30s, 40s and 50s are connected to the Showa timeline of kaiju films, and by a greater extent, other monsters from the 1930s through the 1970s. In Frankenstein vs. Berrigan, Frankenstein's heart is said to be eternal, a description shared only with the Universal Frankenstein, as he was the only version of the character who kept coming back. And since Frankie is part of a completely different universe, the other monsters like the Wolfman, Dracula, the Gilman and more appeared in the Showa timeline. While Japan is the primary hotspot for kaiju, it isn't the only place where monsters attack. According to this theory, the exploits of King Kong, 1933, Gorgo, the Rhedosaurus, the Behemoth, the Ymir, and many more giant monsters happened in this universe. Here's my presented timeline for this new universe. Feudal times, the three treasures: unknown Pulgasari, unknown Daimajin, unknown return of Daimajin, unknown Daimajin strikes again, unknown 1930s through 1940s, Dracula 1931, Frankenstein 1931, The Mummy 1932, King Kong 1933, Son of Kong 1933, The Invisible Man 1933, The Bride of Frankenstein 1935, Werewolf of London 1935, The Invisible Woman 1940, The Mummy's Hand 1940, The Wolfman 1941, The Mummy's Tomb 1942, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman 1943, Son of Dracula 1943, The Mummy's Ghost 1944, 1950s, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms 1953, Creature from the Black Lagoon early 1954, The Mid 1954, Godzilla late 1954, Godzilla Raids Again early 1955, Revenge of the Creature mid 1955, It Came from Beneath the Sea mid 1955, Rodan 1956, The Beast from Hollow Mountain 1956, The Mysterians 1957, 20 Million Miles to Earth 1957, The Black Scorpion 1957, The Deadly Mantis 1957, Vera 1958, The Fly 1958, The Giant Gila Monster 1959, The Giant Behemoth 1959, 1960s, Frankenstein vs. Berrigan 1960, Mothra 1961, Reptilicus 1961, Gorgo 1961, The Day of the Triffids 1962, King Kong vs. Godzilla 1962, Matango 1963, Atragon 1963, Mothra vs. Godzilla 1964, Dagora 1964, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster 1964, Battle in Outer Space 1965, Invasion of Astro Monster 1965, Aberrat Horror of the Deep 1966, War of the Gargantuars 1966, Son of Godzilla 1967, King Kong Escapes 1967, Latitude Zero 1969, 1970s, Space Amoeba 1970. Godzilla vs. Ghidorah 1971, Godzilla vs. Gigan 1972, Godzilla vs. Megalon 1973, Zone Fighter 1973, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1974, Terror of Mechagodzilla 1975, Gora 1979 through 1980. If you want to include it for completion you can, but it's too incompatible. War in Space 1988, 1999, Destroy All Monsters 1999.